Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shantarupinam Shri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanvaham Sadguru Charanarvindabhyan Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So we were seeing in Lalitha Sahasranamam from shloka number 96 Kala Kanchi Kantimati Kshobhini Sukshma Rupini. Kala Kanchi, Kantha. Kantha means throat. Kala Kantha. Parameshwara has got a name of Kala Kantha because he has drunk the Halahala poison. When the Devas and Asuras were churning the Parkadal, when they were churning the Milky Way ocean, for Amritam, before Amritam, the poison came, the Hala poison. And Devas, they cannot drink the poison. So they have asked Parameshwara to help them out. And Parameshwara has drunk the Hala poison. And the poison has stayed in Parameshwara's throat. Because all the universes, Shastra say, are present inside the stomach of Parameshwara. If the Hala poison has got inside Parameshwara's stomach, Parameshwara, for him, nothing will happen. But because all the universe, we are all present inside his stomach, it is going to be bad for us. And Parameshwara cannot even spit out the Vesha because outside him, all the Devas are there. So what Ambal did, Ambal, she actually touched Parameshwara's throat and the Visha, it stopped in Parameshwara's throat. That is why he is called as Neelakantha or Kalakantha. And Ambal, since she is the Patni of Kalakantha, she is called as Kalakanthi. This is what Bhaskararaya says in his Bhashyam. But we see from Silappadiharam, we see from Vetuvavari that Ambal herself is Kalakanti. Kandam Karutta Kandi. Abdine Ambaluke Silappadiharathala Vetuvavari, that portion in Silappadigaram is called as Vetuvavari. I have to that Periyavas has told in Daivathin Kural about this Vetuvavari. So Ambal herself is called as Nanju Undu Karutta Kandi. Davalaval Haichi, Nanjundu Karutta Kandi, that is Kalakanti. Venjinathu Aravanan Putti, Nedumalai Valaitol Tulayaitu Uraga Kachudai Mulaichi, Valayudai Kail Sulam Yendi, Kariyin Urivai Porth, Anangahi Ariyin Urivai Megalayati, Silambum Kadalum Pulambum Shiradi, Valambadu Kotrathu Vai Vat Kotravai, Irand Ver Urvi, Irandatol Avunan, Talaimisai Nindra Tayal, Palartolum Amali, Amari, Kumari, Gauri, Shamari, Suli, Nili, Mal, Avarku Ilangilai, Ayai, Shayaval, Shayaval, Tadakai, Paikalai, Pavai, Paindodi Pavai, Aikala Pavai, Arungala Pavai. Dinana Silappadigarathala, Vetuvarila, beautiful Solder Ilango Odihal. So, Kala Kanthi. Meaning she, even Ambal has got, because Ambal has got Rupa Samyam, Nama Samyam, all Samyams between Ambal and Bhagavan, she is also called as Kala Kanthi. Next Nama, Kantimati. So people will just kill this Nama. They call it as Gandhimati. You know, in Tirunelveli, the Ambal is called as Kantimati. But no one will say that name properly. They won't say Kantimati. They will say Gandhimati. Gandhi, Nerumati, Gandhimati. It is called as Kantimati. Kanti means, you know, if you look at somebody, they will emanate some beautiful divine radiance from them. This is not fairness. This is not physical light that comes out of them. But because of their divinity, you know, it can only be felt. Manovacha Magochara. It can never be conveyed through words. Sakkara eppadi irukku abdin sonna, you can never explain how sugar tastes to a person who has never tasted sugar. What you can do? You can only give them a spoon of sugar and then ask them to taste. Ask them to taste it themselves. In the same way that Kantimati, that divine radiance, it can never be explained with words. We go, once you surrender to Ambal, Ambal herself will show her divine radiance to all of us, because Ambal is with those divine radiance. She is called as Kantimati. Next is Kshobhini. What is meant by Kshobhini? Kshobha means a vibration. Some movement is called as Kshobha. Not some movement, but an unrest. A huge unrest is called as Kshobha. This is the shloka that we normally say in the end of any puja. There is some swasti vachanam, there is some ashirvadams that we will say. Kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasya shalini teshoyam kshoba rahitaha brahmana santu nirbhaya. This is what we say. Kale varshatu parjanyaha. Let there be, parjanya means rain. Let there be rain at the appropriate time. See, when we, according to Sanatana Dharmis, when Sanatana Dharmis we do puja, we never do puja for just ourselves. We always do puja, at least in the end, we will pray that, okay, lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu, everybody should be good. Previously, when we start the puja, we will say Archana Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshayadvara Shri Parameshwara Prityartham Ashta Ishwari Siddhartham Ella Periya list nama sollinde irpom Sangalpam bodhu. But when the puja is finished, the same person who has prayed only for himself, automatically he will start praying for the entire universe. Because if the entire universe is good, he is also part of that universe, so he can also milk some goodness, right? So what is the prayer that we say? Kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasyashalini deshoyam kshobarahitaha. That is the word that we want. Kshobha, here kshobhini irukkunalaya. Deshoyam kshobarahitaha. So kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasyashalini. Kale varshatu parjanyaha. Let there be rain at the appropriate time. Prithvi sasyashalini. Let the earth, let the mother earth be fruitful to us. Let there be, nice vegetables and fruits and whatever farming that we do. Let the mother earth give appropriate benefits for us. Deshoyam kshobarahitaha. Let there not be any unrest. Kshobha means unrest. Let there not be any unrest in my country. Evlo beautiful ana prayer parungo. The moment we pray that, you will do a very ordinary Pullayar Puja, very ordinary Navagraha Puja. But what do we pray? We pray, okay, let there be rain for appropriate time. Let the earth be filled with fruits and vegetables. We are never going to eat all those fruits and vegetables. But we pray for everybody. And Ayam Deshaha Kshobharagitaha. Let there be no unrest in the Desha. Pray பண்ணிக்கிறோம் இல்லையா? So Kshobaha means unrest. ஆனா இங்க சொல்றார் Ambal is Kshobhini. Ambal is the one who causes unrest. Adi enna unrest. Those are two different unrest. We have to be very, very careful. The prayer that we pray, Deshoyam Kshobarahitaha, means, all the civil unrest, let, the enemy forces not take, and the rational ideas, revolutionary ideas, revolution. If the revolution is there for good, that is fine. But, these religious fanatics, they are all doing their own revolution, right? So here we pray that, okay, that kind of things do not happen, should not happen. But Ambal is the one who causes Kshobha, not in this earth, not in any country, but she causes Kshobha in Parameshwara himself. Because Parameshwara is Parabrahma Vastu. Parameshwara, if we read any Vedanta book, Vedanta will never accept, any kind of activity in Brahma Vastu. Vedanta will never accept any kind of activity in Brahma Vastu, but Brahman has to create, right? Without Brahman, how can we how can we exist? But so in order for Brahman to create, it is Ambal who creates that type of Kshobha. It is Ambal who create that type of Kshobha in Parameshwara. Again, Shiva Shaktya Yuktaha Yedi Bhavati Shaktah Prabhavitum Nache Devo Devaha Nakalu Kushala Spanditumabhi. Without Ambal, Kushalaha Spandanam. Spandanam means a very, very small movement. That is called as Spandanam. So, Adi Shankaracharya says only because of Parameshwara, only because of Ambal, Parameshwara can cause a small blade of grass to vibrate. In the same way, only because of Ambal, even Parameshwara has got a Kshobha upon himself and he creates the entire universe. That is called as Kshobha. Bharadiyar has written a beautiful poetry. If you really want to understand Shakta Tattvam, then one should read Bharatiyar very, very carefully. In fact, when the communist revolution happened in Russia in 1917, October Revolution, October Puratchi, a communist revolution happened. Let us not go into whether that is good or bad, but a communist revolution has happened. People normally will attribute these types of revolution to a person. Okay, this person has made this revolution possible. But Bharadiyar solrar, Mahakali Parashakti Urushiya Nattir Kadaikan Vaital Ange Aha Vendrindadu Paryuga Puratchi Kodungolan Alari Vildan Vaganatol Pudaitar Vanamarar Peihalellam Varundi Kannir Pohamar Kan Pugaindu Madindanavam Vayagatir Pudumai Kanir Abdina Bharadiyar Vandu October Puratchiya Patti Mahakali Parashakti Urushiyanattir Kadaikan Vaital Abdina Padra Parashakti Ange Kadaikan Vaitadunala Kodungol and all the dictators have fallen and they have caused a revolution in Russia. Abdina in the Kshobhini Abdingra Namathukku எடுத்துக்காட்டா என்ன வேணும்னா இந்த பாரதியார் பாட்டை எடுத்துக்காட்டா சொல்லலாம். க்ஷோபினி. நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ் சூக்ஷ்ம ரூபிணி. Sukshma means subtle. Whatever we can perceive with our senses, whatever we can perceive with our physical senses, they are called as sthula, very gross. Whatever which can never be perceived with our physical senses, but that can only be inferred, those things are called as sukshma. Love, we can never perceive love with our physical senses. Only love can only be inferred. Love can only be inferred, but not seen or heard. We see only kachi, we see only pictures, we hear only words. The words, mere listening to words does not mean we listen to love. That is only a form, which comes because of love, but love can only be experienced, right? So sukshma, even electricity we can never see. We can only know that it exists because when we turn on the switch, light gets on. So all these things are called as sukshma or subtle, and Ambal is a sukshma vastu. Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan atma guhayan nihitosya janto tamakratum pashyati vita shokaha, says Upanishads. Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan. Atma vastu, smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. Biggest one that we see is galaxy or universe. Ambal is bigger than the biggest of the universe. At the same time, Ambal is smaller than the smallest of atom. Anoho aniyan. Anuhu means atom. Anoho aniyan. Ambal is the atom of the all the atoms. Means what? We say atoms are the building blocks of the universe. Ambal is the building blocks of atoms themselves. Sukshma Rupini, who can never be seen with our physical eyes. Next is Kshobhini, Sukshma Rupini, Vajreshwari, Vamadevi, Vayovastha Vivarjita, Siddheshwari, Siddha Vidya, Siddha Mata, Yashaswini. Vajreshwari, Vajreshwari, Vajreshi, Vajreshwari. It is another name of Ambal. There are Tithi Nitya Devis. 16 Nitya Devis are there. We have seen previously. 16 Nitya Devis. Vajreshwari is the name of that Devi who rules over the Sashti Tithi. Sashti means the 6th Tithi. Who rules over the 6th Tithi is called as Vajreshwari. Indra has got an Ayudha. The Ayudha of Indra is called as Vajrayudha. Vajram literally means diamond. You know how diamond is so strong, how diamond is so indestructible. In the same way, the Ayudha of Indra is also indestructible. How? No, that story is not directly related with this Nama Vajreshwari, but it is a beautiful story and we all have to know. At one point of time, all the Devatas, they understood, okay, whatever the physical power that we have, whatever the military power that we have, all those powers are not enough. Only those powers are not enough to fight with Asuras. We need some divine blessings. Indra has decided. But they have all those military arsenal, right? They have all those Divya Ayudhas, Divya Astras and Sastras. They have to keep them in a safe place because it is not a small thing. They have got a huge nuclear arsenal and it has to be kept very safely. Otherwise, the Asuras can get hold of those weapons and then they can start attacking Devatas. At that time, if Devatas has not received all those divine blessings, then it is going to be even bad for Devatas. They are going to be Nirayudha Panis. They are going to be left without any Ayudas. So Devatas, they said, okay, they have asked the Rishi called as Dadhichi. Dadhichi is a Maharishi, great Rishi. They have called the Dadhichi Maharishi and they said, hey Maharishi, we are going to do some tapas. What we want you to do is to safeguard these military equipments, safeguard these Astra and Shastra, and please give it back to us when we come back from tapas. At those times, all the rishis are very, very good. If they give them a word, they will keep. You know, namakku pandra mari okay oru 10 kilo thangatha kudutittu poittu varena vandadukku appuram nee yaarunnu kekka maatava. So the Maharishi is very, very honest person. He said, okay, Devendra, don't worry. You go, you do tapas. I will take care of all these Ayudas. I will give them when you come back, said the Dadichi Maharishi. So Devas handed over power transfer pannito. They went to do the tapas. At that time, what happened was these Asuras know, okay, this Maharishi, okay, these Asuras, they inferred that, okay, Devas are doing some tapas. So all of their weapons, Astra Shastras has to be somewhere. We have to get hold of those Astras and Shastras. So all these Asuras, they started searching for these Astras and Shastras, and Dadichi Maharishi, because of his divine nature, he understood that, okay, they eventually they are going to know how long we can protect these weapons. Eventually they are going to know, but we have also promised Devas that, okay, I will keep them very, very safely. So what did Dadichi Maharishi did? He actually ate all those Astras and Sastras. புஸ்தகத்தை கரைச்சு குடிச்சிட்டான்னு சொல்லுவா பத்தேலா, இதுல இருந்தா வந்தது. அவர் என்ன பண்ணிட்டாரா, எல்லா வெப்பன்ஸையும் he ate and he digested all those weapons. Now there is no weapon outside. Asuras came, they searched, subpoena பண்ணாங்க, ஒன்னும் நடக்கல, warrant கொடுத்தாங்க, ஒன்னும் நடக்கல, search warrant, nothing was there. The Asuras, they went. But all these Ayudas are present inside Dadichi Maharishi's body. Now, Devendra came back. Devendra, he did all the tapas and he came back and he thanked the Dadichi Maharishi. And they asked Dadichi Maharishi, okay, Maharishi, now that we are back, can you give us our weapons? Very normal question Devendra asked. Only then Dadichi Maharishi realized, all these things would have happened to all of us. Some object, some very, very valuable object, we had to keep it very, very safe. What do? We kept it in a so safer place, the safest place, that even when we wanted to access it, we won't know. We don't know where to keep it. நமக்கே நடந்திருக்கும், எங்கேயோ பத்திரமா வைக்கணும்னு நினைச்சோம்ப்பா, ஆனா எங்க வச்சேன்னு தான் மறந்து போயிடுச்சு. பத்திரமா இருக்கு, ஆனா எங்க வச்சேன்னு மறந்து போயிடுச்சு. I forgot where I kept, so I don't know how to take it back. அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி இப்ப ததீச்சி மகர்ஷிக்கு ஆயிடுத்து. He did not forget, but he just cannot give them back to them. He just cannot give the weapons back to the Devas. So Dadichi Maharishi said, okay, Indra, this is what happened. I know that they are going to come here. So I ate all those weapons. So all these weapons are present in my body. They are very, very safe. Weapons are in a very, very safe place. But you just cannot take it, unfortunately. Dadichi Maharishi said, Devendra got so sad. He cannot even scold the Maharshi because at least he protected the weapons up until now. But the problem is now they don't have any weapons. What to do? So Dadichi Maharishi, he made the most, the most sacrifice that one can do. So Dadichi Maharishi said, okay, Devendra, all those weapons are now present in my spinal cord. All those weapons, the Shakti of the weapons, they are present in my spinal cord. So you know what you have to do? You have to burn me. When you burn my body, because of the divine power of all the astras and shastras, my spinal cord will be intact. And my spinal cord will be a very, very concentrated form of all of your powers. Because now you have thousands of Ayudas and all of the power, they got concentrated in my spinal cord. Right? So if you take my spinal cord, it is like blasting 100 nuclear bombs at the same time. All the power is so much concentrated. So you can take my spinal cord easily and then you can rule the Swargaloka with my spinal cord, said Dadichi Maharishi. Devendra said, no. Okay, you are a Brahmanotama. If I kill you, then I will get Brahmahati dosha mandal. So I won't do that. But Maharshi convinced Indra to do that. So finally, the Dadichi Maharishi, he got into the fire himself. And when all of his body is burned, because of his sacrifice, his Vajra, that is why the Vajrayuda has got the name Vajra. Vajra really means indestructible. Adanal dhaan diamond ku Vajra nu per, because diamond is so hot. Yeah. So when he burnt all his body, his spinal cord became a Vajra, became indestructible, so hard, and it got the concentrated power of all the Astras and Shastras of all the Devatas. And Indra got hold of that Vajrayuda, and that is why he is now being protected. Vajra is Indra's Shakti. And here, Ambal is called as Vajra Ishwari. She is the Ishwari. She is the Lord of that Vajrayuda. So Vajreshwari, beautiful Nama. Vama Devi. Maheshwara is called as Vama. Vamadevaya namo, Jesthaya nama, Sreshthaya namo, Rudraya nama, Kalaya nama, Kalavikarana namo, Balavikarana namo, Balaya namo, Balapramadhanaya nama, Sarvabhutadamanaya namo, Manonmanaya namaha, Vamadevaya namo. Vamadeva is a name of Parameshwara, and because she is wife of Parameshwara, Ambal is called as Vamadevi. Vama means left. Ambal in Ardhanari Swarupa, Ambal is present in the left side of Parameshwara, So Ambal is Vamadevi. Ambal, who is present on the left side of Vamadeva, left side of Parameshwara, Vama side of Parameshwara. Ambal is called as Vamadevi. Vama also means beautiful. Vamakshi, Vamakeshi அப்படின்லாம் பார்க்கிறோம். Vama means beautiful. Vamadevi, Ambal is the most beautiful person in this entire universe. Ambal is called as Vamadevi. I know for this Vamadevi, Bhaskara Raya gives several explanations. We are not seeing all of that. We will just see some of them. Very interesting things which we can easily remember. We will see. So Vamadevi, Vayovastha Vivarjita. Vayaha Avastha Vivarjita. Vivarjita, devoid of. Avastha, avasthai. There is no need for explaining avasthai. We all are undergoing avasthai. What avastha? Vayovastha Vivarjita. Ambal, even though she is the oldest person in this universe, because Ambal is Parameshwara's Shakti. Only because of Ambal, all the universe is born. So Ambal is present even before the universe. Ambal has seen several universes. But Ambal does not become old. Universe is 13.2 billion years old. Big Bang happened before 13.2 billion years. So, but okay, what is the age of Ambal? 13.2 billion years old. Ambal is Vayovastha Vivarjita. She does not come under the clutches of time. Vayas, what is age? Age is it is just a measure of time, right? How long has it been since we were born? That is age. But Ambal, she does not have any age because she does not come under the control of age. Vayovastha Vivarjita. Siddheshwari, Siddha Ishwari, Siddhanam Ishwari. Ambal is the Ishwari. Ambal is the Lord for all the Siddhas. Goraksha Siddha, Goraka Siddha, Matsyendranatha Siddha, 18 Siddharhal அப்படின்னு பார்க்கிறோம் இல்லையா? All those Siddhas invariably have done Ambal Upasana. Tirumular தந்திரத்துல பார்த்தோம்னா அப்படியே அம்பாள் உபாசன விஷயங்களை கொட்டிருக்கார். Bhuvaneshwari, Bhogar, Bhoga, he worshipped Bhuvaneshwari. All the Siddhas, they worshipped Bhuvaneshwari, they worshipped Lalita Parabhattarika, they worshipped Bala Tripura Sundari, because they are the practitioners of yoga. They have to make their body very, very strong, and Ambal gave them Atmajnana as well. So the Ambal, all the Siddhas, they worshipped Ambal. So that is why Ambal is called as Siddheshwari. Siddheshwari, Siddha Vidya, Siddha Mata, Yashaswini. Siddheshwari Visa. Siddha Vidya. Siddha means possible. Siddhikaradu. You have mastered them. That is what it is called as Siddha. Prasiddham. அது சித்தமா ஆகல, அது சித்தமாகலை அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? எனக்கு அந்த மந்திரம் சித்தமாகலைன்னா எனக்கு அந்த மந்திரம் சித்திக்கலை, எனக்கு அந்த மந்திரத்தோட இது வரல அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். So சித்த மீன்ஸ் பாசிபிள். அதனாலதான் அசாத்தியம் சாத்தியம் அப்படின்னு வந்தது. சாத்தியம் மீன்ஸ் these things are possible. அசாத்தியம் means these things are impossible. அசாத்தியமான காரியத்தை பண்ணிட்டாம்பா அப்படின்னா என்ன சொல்றோம்? Okay, he have done what is which is impossible for many of us. அதனால அசாத்தியமான காரியம் பண்றான். அசாத்திய சாதக சுவாமின்னு அசாத்தியம் தவ கிம்பத அப்படின்னு ஸ்லோகம் இருக்கு இல்லையா? அசாத்தியம்னா which is very, very hard to do. சாத்தியம் which is very, very easy to do. சித்த வித்யா, சாத்திய வித்யா. Ambal's vidya is very, 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 very possible to follow for all of us. Okay, நான் அப்படியே ஒரு 10 லட்சம் ரூபாய் 10 கோடி ரூபாய் வச்சு யாகம் பண்ணு, அப்படி பண்ணு. No needed. Just light a lamp, chant Lalitha Sahasranamam, at least chant Srimatre Namaha. Ambal will come right in front of you. All that need is perseverance. If you have right intention, everything is possible with respect to Ambal. So Siddha Vidya. Siddha Vidya it technically Panchadasakshari mantra is called as Siddha Vidya. There is the the highest mantra in Sri Vidya philosophy is Panchadasakshari mantra, 15-lettered mantra, and that mantra is technically called as Siddha Vidya and Siddha Mata. She is the Mata, she is the mother of all the Siddhas. What does mother do? Mother, she nurture all of us. When we have any problem, she comes to our rescue, right? For Siddhas, for all the Siddhas, because they wander in all the forests. They don't have anybody to cook for them. They don't have anybody to take care of themselves. All the Atmajnanis, they don't have anybody because they have severed their ties with everybody. Then who is the mother? Who is the father? Ambal is the mother. Ambal is the father. When Mahaperiyava does puja to Kamakshi, he does puja to Kamakshi as a mother. Because Mahaperiyava is the greatest Siddha. He does puja to Kamakshi as his own mother. So Ambal is Siddha Mata. Yashaswini. Yashaha means fame. Yashaswini. Ambal has got a lot of fame. Tasya nama mahatyashaha. Ambal's fame is very, 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 very big, which can never be, put it in words. Yashaswini. Next namas. The next couple of namas are very, 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 very interesting. Approximately 62 namas. 62 namas from now, they explain the Yogini Nyasa Tattvam in Sri Vidya Upasana. What is Yogini Nyasa Tattvam? What are Yoginis? What are Shat Chakras? We have to see. And before going into all these things, I just have to give a warning. I just have to give a caution. Whatever we see here from, from this shlokas, from shloka number 98, it is only for an academic purpose. It is only for knowing what it is. It is not to be practiced. I explicitly say, whenever we see Lalitha Sahasranama, all the other nama, we say, okay, these namas have to be experienced. I will say that. But for these namas, I explicitly say these namas are only for your academic knowledge. Please do not practice them without a direct supervision of a guru. Please do not practice, because Mahaperiyava says Kundalini Atijagradai Tevai. When Mahaperiyava is explaining Saundarya Lahari, he explicitly says Kundalini Adijagradai Tevai. So I am also telling the same thing. These namas are only for academic knowledge, not for practicing. Okay, that being said, we can know what is there, we can know, but just don't practice. Just don't do any Kundalini meditation. Don't do that. We are not teaching all those things. It is just for an academic purposes. So our body, according to Yoga Shastra and according to Tantra Shastra, Tantra and Yoga Shastra, they are converging in this point. There are a lot of chakras are present in our body. There are 7 chakras are very, very famous, but it does not mean we only have 7 chakras. We have a lot of chakras. Chakras na enna, it can never be explained. Energy centers, we can say these are energy centers, but I don't think it is a good translation. But for now, we will stick with the translation. Energy centers are chakras. There are many, many chakras in our body. Of those, 6 chakras, 6 plus 1, 7 chakras are very, 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 very important. Where are these chakras present? These chakras are spread all over the body. If we sit nicely in a Sukhasana or a Padmasana with erect spinal cord, we can see where these chakras are there. We can see. So the first chakra is called as Muladhara Chakra. Muladhara Chakra. That is the first chakra. Where is this chakra present? Because I'm explaining all these things because these namas are going to come. I don't have to explain all these things again. That is why we are seeing all these explanations in this class. Muladhara Chakra. It is that place which touches the ground. When you sit with erect backbone, the place where the backbone touches the ground, the tailbone அப்படின்லாம் சொல்லுவா இல்லையா, that in that part the Muladhara Chakra is present. And above the Muladhara Chakra, Swadhisthana Chakra is present. So Muladhara Chakra is at the very bottom. Swadhisthana Chakra, where our genital organs are present, in that part, that is the plane, where the plane where our genitals are present, and along our spinal cord, in the plane where genitals are present. So X and Y coordinate we told. That place, Swadhisthana Chakra is present. And if you go above the Swadhisthana Chakra, in the plane where our navel is present, our toppul solron illaya, the navel, the place where our navel is present, in along the spinal cord, in that place, Nabhisthana, Nabhi irukku illaya, so Manipura Chakra is present. So here it is called as Nabhi, but it is called as Manipura Chakra. So Muladhara, very, very bottom, Swadhisthana above that, Manipuraka above Swadhisthana, and near our heart, Hridayasthanam, near our heart, Hridayasthanam, Anahata Chakra is present, near the Hridayasthana. And near our Kanthasthana, Kantha means throat, near in the plane of the throat, in the plane where the throat is present. So where the throat and the spinal cord, where they merge, where they intersect, Vishuddhi Chakra is there. Chakra called as Vishuddhi. And in between our eyebrows, Agnya Chakra is there. Agnya Chakra. And the top of our head is Sahasrara Chakra. So these are the 7 important chakras that are present in our body. Muladhara, very, very bottom. Swadhisthana, above Muladhara. Manipuraka, in the Nabhisthana. Anahata, in our heart, near our heart. Vishuddhi, near our throat. Agnya, in between the eyebrows. Sahasrara, top of the head. This is a very, very oversimplified description of all these chakras. I don't want to go into so much detail. So this is a very, very oversimplified description. So all these chakras are there. And these chakras are a part of our Sukshma Sharira. If you take a human body, if you dissect the human body, you can never find these chakras. These chakras are not a part of our Sthula Sharira, but this is a part of our Sukshma Sharira. I have to tell all these things because people got, the West has got a lot of interest in these chakras, and they tell whatever they want. Okay, these are some nerve centers. Our Shastra does not accept that. We have to be very, very clear. These are part of our Sukshma Sharira. So you can never see these chakras in a physical body. These are part of our subtle body. We have got 3 bodies: Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. So Sthula Sharira is the body that we currently have. It is the physical body. Sukshma Sharira, it is physiological and psychological body, astral body, subtle body. Karana Sharira, it is completely different. I don't want to go there for now. So it is part of our Sukshma Sharira. So if you dissect a human body, you will never see. And these chakras are meditated upon as a lotus. These chakras are meditated as a lotus. And the lotus oda petals alla irukku. If we see a lotus, it has different petals, right? In the same way, these chakras will have different petals. The lotus petals will be different in number. We will see all those things. So these chakras has to be meditated upon in the form of a lotus. And the Kundalini Shakti is present in Muladhara Chakra. Swapishi Kulakunde Kuharini. Ambal, in the form of Kundalini Shakti, is present in all of our Muladhara Chakra. And Ambal, with our yogic powers, with our yoga abhyasa. When I say yoga abhyasa, it does not refer to the current yoga and the pranayama, asana, that is not I am saying. But with the practice of mantra, with the practice of all the abhyasa, pranayama, etc., the Kundalini Shakti, it raises and it goes to Sahasrara Chakra and it comes back to Muladhara Chakra. That is the abhyasa that is told in the Sri Vidya Shakta Tantras. So, in all these chakras, we have to worship Amba. All these chakras, you have to imagine these chakras as a residential place for Amba. We have to imagine these chakras as a residential place for Amba. In fact, this is the main difference between yoga as a philosophy and Sri Vidya. In yoga darshana, they will meditate upon these chakras. But in Sri Vidya Upasana, they will meditate upon Devi who is present in the chakra. So we have to be very, very careful. Yoga darshana, not a lot of people know these days. It is only, practiced by only very, very few people. I'm not talking about yoga, the asana, yoga darshana is much more than just asana and breathing exercise that we currently do. So in yoga darshana, yoga as a philosophy, these chakras will be meditated upon, but no association with Bhagavan. But in Sri Vidya Tantra, in Shakta philosophy, these chakras are meditated upon as a place of Ambal. That is the major difference between Yoga Darshana and Sri Vidya Upasana. So, okay, what are these chakras? First is called as Vishuddhi Chakra. And each chakra has got, as I said, each chakra will be associated with different parts of the body. They have different number of lotus petals. They have different number of petals. They are associated with different elements. We see, right, 5 elements are there. Akasha, Vayuhu, Agnihi. Akasha means space, Vayu means air, Agni means fire, the earth, water, fire, all the 5 elements. Pancha Bhutangalnu solrong illaya. Each chakra will be associated with each Pancha Bhutas. So that is something we have to know. And in Lalitha Sahasranamam, the order of these chakras, the order why these chakras are explained in a way that it is very, very significant. Normally, when we see, the order can be from Muladhara to Sahasrara. Muladhara is very, very bottom. From Muladhara, Sahasrara, you can go. Or you can go from Sahasrara to Muladhara, top of the body to the bottom, you can go. In Soundara Laharilla, இப்படிதான் சொல்றார். கரெக்டா அந்த ஆர்டர்ல தான் சொல்றார் ஆச்சாரியா. But in Lalitha Sahasranama, these orders are not mentioned. These orders are not followed. First, it starts with Vishuddhi Chakra. It starts with Kantha, Vishuddhi Chakra. And then you go down. When you reach Muladhara Chakra, Agnya Chakra is being explained and Sahasrara is being explained. So, first chakra to come is Vishuddhi Chakra. Because we say, Siddheshwari, Siddhavidya, Siddhamata, Yashasvini, Vishuddhi Chakra, Nilaya, Raktavarna, Trilochana, Abdinna Solram. It starts with Vishuddhi. Enada Rumba Nadul and the start Pandraden. It has got a very, very deep meaning because these chakras are associated with the element. 5 elements. Akasha, Vayu, Agnihi, Apaha, Prithvi. So these chakras has got a corresponding element present in this universe. And our Shastra says the evolution of these elements have occurred in a certain order. எது முதல்ல வந்தது? பஞ்சபூதத்துல எது முதல்ல வந்தது அப்படின்னு கேட்டா உபனிஷத் சொல்றது ஆகாஷாத் வாயுஹு வாயோர் அக்னிஹி அக்னேராபஹா அத்யப் பிருத்திவி பிருத்திவ்யா ஓஷதயஹ ஓஷதீப்யோன்னம் ஆத்மன ஆகாஷ சம்பூதா. ஃப்ரம் ஆத்ம தத்வா Akasha came. The space is the first thing to be born in this universe. Space, empty space. I'm not talking about air. I'm talking about the vessel onto which the entire universe is present, right? Space. Space is the first thing that comes out of Brahma Vastu. Atmana Akasha Sambhutaha. Akashaha Atmana Sambhutaha. Akashad Vayuhu. From space, air came. From space, air came. Vayu means air. Akashad Vayuhu. Vayo Ragnihi. From Vayu, from air, Agni came. Agni means fire. From air, fire came. Agnerapaha. From fire, water came. Agner apaha. Abhyah Prithivi. From water, this earth came, this solid came. This is what is the evolution of the Panchabhutas as told in Taittiriya Upanishad. You can still see in Taittiriya Upanishad, if you take Atmana Akasha Sambhutaha, Akashad Vayuhu, Vayo Ragnihi, Agnerapaha, Abhyah Prithivi, Prithivya Oshadayaha, Oshadibhyo Annam. அப்படின்னு படிக்கிறோம். So, because these chakras are associated with each element, the chakras description also follows the evolution of these elements. You will know why, how abdingaradhu you will know. So the first letter, that the first chakra that is being described in Lalitha Sahasranamam is Vishuddhi Chakra. Vishuddhi Chakra, remember, it is present in our throat, right? Throat, Vishuddhi Chakra, it is present in our throat. So Vishuddhi Chakra and the Tattva that corresponds to Vishuddhi Chakra is Akasha Tattva. So Akasha is what which came first, right? So the Tattva which corresponds to Vishuddhi Chakra is Akasha Tattva. We can even understand Vishuddhi, throat, vocal cord. Vocal cord, you need to have space inside it for it to vibrate, right? So Vishuddhi Chakra, it corresponds to the Akasha Tattva, which is nothing but the vocal cord, you know, the space for the vocal cord. So Akasha Tattva is Vishuddhi Chakra. The chakra has got 16 petals. So, you know, you just have to imagine. It is like a lotus and it has got 16 petals. And 16 vowels of Sanskrita language is being inscribed on these 16 petals. All these things has got a meaning in Lalitha Sahasranamam. We will see. This is just an introduction. So 16 letters in Sanskrita language. Am, im, yim, rum, rum, lum, lum, yem, aim, om, aum, aha. So 16 varnas, 16 vowels of Sanskrita language, or you have to, you know, it is just a meditation, right? So this chakra has to be meditated upon as 16 petaled lotus with all these 16 letters inscribed on the petals. So this is Vishuddhi. Next chakra is Anahata Chakra. Anahata Chakra, it is present near heart. So heart and lungs, so lungs and heart are nearly in the same place. And it is Vayu, because lungs, the way where we breathe up and down, you know, it is the oxygen transfer center, right? So it is Vayu. So Anahata Chakra corresponds to the Vayu Tattva. And in Yoga Shastra, it is said that this Anahata Chakra has got 12 petaled lotus. And the letters that are inscribed upon these lotus are the 5 letters of Kavarga. Ka, kha, ga, ga, nya, cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. 5 letters of Chavarga and the letters ta and ta. So ka, kha, ga, gha, nya, cha, cha, ja, ja, nya, and ta and ta. So you have to add Anuswara. So kam, kham, gam, gam, yam, chan, chan, jan, jan, yam, tam and tam. So these are the 12 petals that are present in the Anahata Chakra, which is present near our heart, which is for whom the element is Vayu Tattva. Next is Manipura Chakra. Manipura Chakra is present in our Nabhisthana. Manipura Chakra is present in our Nabhisthana, the stomach. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva. Krishna solrar liya. There is a Agni in our stomach which digests all the food that we eat. There is an Agni in our stomach which digests all the food that we eat. So this Manipura Chakra, it is associated with Agni Tattva. Here I am not saying அப்படியே போற போக்குல அடிச்சு விடுறேன்னு நினைச்சுக்காதீங்கோ. All these things has got pramana in Saundaralahari. Manastvam Vyomastvam Marudasi Marutsaratirasi Tvamapastvam Bhumihi Tvai Parinataya Annahi Param. Abdina, all these, how what chakras associated with what tattva அப்படிங்கறதெல்லாம் Saundaralahari ரொம்ப detailed Acharyas சொல்ற. We will see all these Saundaralahari shloka when we see the actual shlokas in Lalitha Sahasranama. This is just an introduction. So Manipura Chakra, it is present in our Nabhisthana, and Nabhi, it corresponds to fire element. So this fire element, and this chakra has got 10 petals, and you just have to follow. So ta forms the part of Anahata Chakra. So da, from da na, and the 5 letters of Tavarga, ta tha da dha na, and the 2 letters of Pavarga, pa and pa. So these are the letters that are inscribed on the Manipura Chakra. Next chakra is Swadhisthana Chakra. Swadhisthana. And these are present near our genitals. And the element that this chakra regulates is water. So this element, the water is the element associated with the Swadhisthana Chakra. Water, apaha. And Akashad Vayuhu, Vayor Agnihi. So you also have to make sure of that happens. So from Akasha, Vayu came. From Vayu, Agni came. From Agni, water came. This is the evolution as said in Taittiriya Upanishad. And Vishuddhi, Anahada, Manipuraka, Swadhisthana. This is the order of explanation in Lalitha Sahasranama as well. So in Swadhisthana, so the Swadhisthana Chakra has got 6 petals. And the remaining 3 letters of Pavarga, Ba, Bha, and Ma. And then 3 letters, Ya, Ra, La. So all these 6 letters are inscribed in the 6 petals of Swadhisthana Chakra. Next chakra is Muladhara Chakra. Mula Adhara. It is the base chakra, and this has got earth element associated with it. Akashad Vayuhu, Vayor Agnihi, Agneraapaha, Adbhyah Prithvi, Akasha space, Vayo air, Agni fire, water, and earth. So earth element is associated with Muladhara Chakra, and this has got 4 petals and the letters Va. So Ya, Ra, La are associated with Swadhisthana Chakra. So Va, Sha, Sha, Sa. So these 4 letters are associated with the Muladhara Chakra. And from earth, the Manas Tattvam came. Manas means mind, right? So after earth, the Manas Tattvam came, and this Manas Tattvam is the Tattva for Agnya Chakra. Agnya Chakra Purva Madhila irukku. Adanal da Manastvam Vyomatvam Marudasi Marutsaratirasi அப்படினே ஆச்சாரியால் சௌந்தரலகரியில சொல்றார். மனஸ்தம்னு ஆரம்பிக்கிறார், ஆக்ஞால இருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கிறார் அவர் இங்க அந்த ஸ்லோகத்துல. So Agnya Chakra, it is associated with Manas Tattva. It is present in between our 2 eyebrows, and this has got 2 petaled lotus, Hum and Ksham. The letters that are inscribed on the 2 petals are Ha and Ksha. Always you have to add a dot on all these letters. So it should be Hum and Ksham. These are the 2 letters that are associated with Agnya Chakra. And then finally, Sahasrara Chakra. Sahasrara, 1000 petaled lotus. In fact, we normally associate this chakra, we normally take this as a chakra, but Sahasrara is not a regular chakra. There are 6 chakras. Shat Chakropari Samsthitan solradhu. So there are 6 chakras. Sahasrara is a complete different entity, but for a want of a name, we just call it as a chakra. And this is present in top of the body. It encompasses everything. When we see the namas in Lalitha Sahasranama, we can understand even more. It encompasses all the chakras. Sarva Varnobha Shobhita, Sarva Iradara, Shukla Samstita, Sarvatomuki. Abdin ellame Sarva varum. So the Sarva Shabdam varum Sahasrarathukku, and the Sahasrara has got 1000 petals. So 1000 petal lotus is Sahasrara Chakra. இப்ப கூட பெரியவா சஹஸ்ரதள பத்மாராதனா அப்படின்னு ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணா 2 வருஷமா. Sahasradala Padma Aradhana. Ambal has to be meditated upon in our Sahasrara Chakra along with Parameshwara. Parameshwara and Ambal Saharahasi Patya Viharase. அப்படின்னு ஆச்சாரியால் சௌந்தரலஹரியில சொல்றார். In our Sahasrara Chakra, the Kundalini that comes from the Muladhara, it goes through all these chakras. The Muladhara, from Muladhara, the Kundalini, it goes through all these chakras, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agnya, and in Sahasrara, Parameshwara is there. Parameshwara is present in the Sahasrara. Ambal, as Kundalini, she has to shoot up from Muladhara Chakra. When she reaches Parameshwara in Sahasrara Chakra, that is called as Shiva Shakti Aikyam. இதை பத்தி ரொம்ப விஸ்தாரமா சௌந்தரலஹரியில ரொம்ப நிறைய சொல்லியிருக்கா. We don't see all those things. We will just, all these things. I thought of not giving a lot of details, but we have seen all these details. It's okay. But we just have to imagine, we just have to remember that Sahasrara is a very, very important place. Sahasradala Padmaradhana. Eduk solla vanne Sahasradala Padmaradhananu appo kuda Acharya, our Periyava has instituted a program called as Sahasradala Padmaradhana, where all the kids were asked to chant a specific set of shlokas. If we see from outside, the shloka selection might be random. For us, it will look random, but this has got a lot of yogic meaning, which normally not a lot of people know. So if any of you has come across an opportunity to participate in the Sahasradala Padmaradhana, please participate in Sahasradala Padmaradhana. It is going to be very, very beneficial for kids. In India, it is focused mainly on kids. In the US, they say both kids and adults can practice, can participate in the program. So if you come across, if they are doing, I think 2 Sahasradala Padmaradhanas have gone up until now. They might be instituting a third one. I don't know. I'm just a participant in that program. But if you come across such programs, please participate, because it has got a lot of meanings than that comes across our naked eyes. So here I have only given you a very basic introduction for all these chakras and where these chakras are present. In the next class, we are going to see what are the things that are told in each chakra. Vishuddhi Chakra, what is the name of the yogini, how much mukha that Ambal has got, what are the weapons that are present in that Ambal, what is she doing, who are all the devatas that surrounds that Ambal, what is the part of the body, what is the aspect of the body that Ambal controls, and what is the Naivedhyam for that Ambal. All these details are present in Lalitha Sahasranamam. Vishuddhi Chakra, Raktavarna, Trilochana, Khatvanga, Adipraharana, Vadanaika Samanvita, Payasanna Priyatvakshtha, Pashuloka Bhayankari, Amritadi Mahashakti Samvrita, Dakinishwari. And the Shlokatila, the 2 shlokas that I said, it basically tells the first line in this chart. We will see all these things in the next class. With this, we will finish today's class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.